I'm Chris Frankie, and I'm here with Randy Kohrs. Just came off the stage a couple minutes ago here live at the Loveless Barn with some Music City Roots music, and I tell you what, man, you had the full band up there tonight. Everybody in the crowd was digging it. There was a lot of energy. What was it like up on stage for you?
Wonderful. The sound crew here is top notch. I can't even begin to thank them properly because they're the best.
Actually, you can. That's Chris Frankie's sound creation. I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, you know, just run-of-the-mill 3-year-old birthday parties and large events. No, really, I didn't run the sound.
But truly, the sound is spectacular. One of the nicest venues that we've played. Extraordinary sound. So it makes it so much more fun to play when you can hear everybody else on the stage and groove and have a good time with it. So.
Well, you guys were definitely grooving. I mean, we could feel that. I was making my way through the back and through different sides and kind of trying to take it all in, and you could definitely feel the energy down and all the people out in the crowd, and you could hear it up in the loft. The people who were up in the nosebleed section were still just digging it and just going at it. And I tell you what, man, that's a sign of some great music when you know that it doesn't stop at the end of the stage and everybody else is feeling it. So now, Randy, I gotta ask you, is this the newest CD?
It is. It just came out 2 weeks ago.
We're gonna model it here with Randy Kohrs.
Yep.
You might know him from the picture on the CD, Randy Kohrs, Quicksand. Now you can get that at Rural. That's R-U-R-A-L, because I have a little bit of a Yankee accent. Rhythm.com. Rural? R-U-R-A-L. Rural. There isn't any better music. There was no auto-tune. There was no flashy computers in the back going off saying, oh my gosh, this guy's singing a B and we got to output an A.
I sang out-of-tune and meant it.
Hey, you're not going to get any fluff when it comes to Randy. Now tell me what it's like to be on stage here at the Music City Roots stage.
It's a little unnerving because a lot of those folks are my peers and people that I work on their records, and as you know, being a studio musician and a producer and what have you, I'm sharing the stage with Jim, and so I absolutely have to be at my best because I got to hang with him, you know. So it's a little unnerving, which puts you in that kind of shaky mode, and it's sort of like playing the Opry too. The Opry will do that to the most level-headed, calm, focused musicians. They'll walk out on the stage and they still get those butterflies. It's sort of like that here too, because you're around your peers.
I tell you what, man, during the Loveless Jam tonight, when Jim Lauderdale kicked it off and was just rolling with it, and you just kind of stepped in and you guys were kind of tag teaming on the microphone there with a little bit of an echo and then even some harmonies coming in. It was really cool, man. It was really cool to see multiple generations up on the stage just digging to some really good music and just jamming out and having a great time. What's it like to be able to play with a guy like Jim, who you've worked with kind of on the side and doing your stuff behind the scenes with him? What's it like to be able to just kind of come up in front of a bunch of people and just open up and jam together?
Oh, it's just a ball. We don't get to do that. Most of the time our shows are structured enough that we try to stick with what we know and what is tight so we can present the best show possible. When it's a situation like that, it turns into fun. And everybody relaxes, their shoulders come down a little bit, and everybody just plays for the fun of music instead of the competition of being the best band of the night or the whatever, you know, the whoever's going to scrape the next gig. Or, you know, so it's nice to relax and just get to play music for music's sake.
Now, Music City, Nashville, what's that mean to you?
Multiple genres of music. I'm glad that they're calling it Music City instead of Country Music City or whatever. We have some of the best rock bands on the planet right now come from Franklin and Nashville. Some of the best blues I've ever played in my life has been with people around here. This town is full of music, and it's not, for the most part, narrow-minded. And that's exactly what this show is, not narrow-minded.
Now, WSM Radio, what does WSM Radio mean to you?
Well, they've gotten to be a classic, but honestly, they were the first people to be the cutting-edge station. And whatever they played is what surrounding radio stations realized, wow, we have to pick up this record and play it. 650's playing it. They were the powerhouse and the king, and they still are. And they're doing it with this show again. They're not just playing the same old songs that everybody else plays on the radio that are top 40 or otherwise, and calling it a playlist. They are playing stuff from live shows like Bluegrass Underground and this show, the Music City Roots, that means a whole lot to stay current and vintage at the same time. They're cutting their gig.
Guys, I tell you what, just like Randy just said, this is something that is just grassroots. It's not auto-tune. Again, I can't stress that enough. We just watched the Grammys the other night, and I wish they would have used a little more auto-tune. This is pure music at its state. And hey, Randy's not just coming to you as an artist himself, as a singer-songwriter. Randy works behind the scenes Mondays through Fridays with other artists and doing production and engineering himself. He's hearing what's coming out of the grassroots movement that is there. Guys, if you didn't check it out tonight, if you weren't able to for whatever reason, you can go to musiccityroots.com, WSMonline.com. You can check out video feeds from tonight, different performances. It's one of a kind. Yeah, you may have bought every CD, and if you haven't, you need to go buy every CD of Randy Kohrs. But it's never quite
what
done.
he said.
It's never quite done like it is live. So once again, that's Rural, R-U-R-A-L. Why are you laughing? Everybody in the room is laughing at me.
It's right. It's right.
From Japan, it's wool with them.
See? Yeah, we're gonna go. And all of a sudden, the subtitle comes across the bottom. But Rural Rhythm, R-U-R-A-L, rhythm.com.
This is the Randy Kohrs model.
The Randy Kohrs model, yeah. Nice.
And this thing's already got lots of stories. It got crunched on the Opry stage. I was in between songs and I was switching, and I grabbed my other guitar and the strap button popped off.
Oh,
and of course it landed on the mic stand and the floor.
Nice.
And it was the most horrendous boom you could fathom.
That's freaking
And the
awesome.
whole audience was like,
It was the moment of the night,
I
man.
picked it up by the strings, slapped it on. I took the second loop, put it on, and strummed it. It was close to being in tune, and I tuned one of the strings and got it up to pitch. And I said, "Kick it off, Chris. I'm glad this guitar's metal." And then we did the song. It was scary.
Guys, it's stuff like that you're never going to hear anyplace else.
And honestly, in closing, this show has brought forth a lot of the songwriters that write those hits for all those famous people that sing out of tune on the Grammys. And they're the lifeblood of those songs. Why not buy their music? It's where it came from first. It's the honest to goodness soul of where the song began.
Newest CD just out. As I'm throwing it around the room. Don't throw around CDs, people. That's not fun. Rural Rhythm, R-U-R-A-L, rhythm.com. Pick up the latest version, Quicksand, from Randy Kohrs.
Randy, thank you very much.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.